How's it going today, guys? If there is background noise, I hope it's not too bad. It's a new development community and there is some construction going down a few houses down. So hopefully you don't notice that. But if you do, that's the explanation for it. All right, today's topic of discussion, how to become a collections and accounts receivable guru. Good old collections. No matter how long you've been doing accounting, whether you're early on in your career or just a straight tenured employee, collections is probably the area of the field in which I've seen the most divide. You either absolutely love it or you absolutely hate it. And I obviously fall into the former, hence the reason I'm doing this video. So how did I become a collections guru? Maybe I should give my first real experience of collections because I'm claiming this title and you don't have any background on me doing it. So the first opportunity in my career that I ever had to do collections, had no experience doing it prior, knew what it was told what I had to do. Hey, these people haven't paid us, get us our fucking money. All right, simple enough, right? I basically took on this company that's a very small company. I'm trying to think of the exact, they basically did about $500,000 a year. And they had $60,000 to $70,000 in outstanding accounts receivable that was basically over 2 to 3 years old. Nuts. I mean, to have almost 10% or 20% of your annual sales out in collections 2 to 3 years old is literally horrible. Hence why I was hired. But of that $60,000 to $70,000 that they were fully prepared to write off, part of my interview process was we were just shooting the shit and talking. And I said, hey, don't write that off. And don't send it to like a collections because they've tried collections agencies. I was like, don't write it off. Give me the opportunity. Obviously having no idea whether or not I collect it. But as I said, I never had an issue with confidence when it came to my career growing up. So I got the books in front of me. I started seeing, here are the phone numbers, here are the companies, here's the outstanding balances. Obviously they tried to collect a ton on these balances prior. So they had all the shipping documents. It was a manufacturing company. They had all the shipping documents. They had all the packing slips, everything, basically all of the documentation and data that proved that this money was owed to them. And really on the fly, I taught myself, I don't know if it's going to be 2 or 3 different steps, but we'll see when it's all said and through. I'm just doing this off the top. The first step to collections and me, I would say becoming a collections guru, was first and foremost is making sure you have all your documentation and ducks in a row, because you don't want to call people and have them say, well, I never got it. And then you being like, oh, well, I'll try to call around and make sure of that. Make sure that you have everything. So if they have excuses, you can just, bam, actually, here's the packing slip. It was delivered. Here's the tracking number. It shows it was delivered here, so on and so forth. So first and foremost, have all of your ducks in a row, have all of the data so you can be prepared. 2, become friends with these people. I never, ever treat a first, even a second collections call as, hey, you owe us money. Where is this? Give me a status update. What's the payment status? Blah, blah, blah. I literally call and go, hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm new on this account. I'm just looking at this, list and it says that you're past due. Do you have any idea of that? Most of the time, oh, no, I've never heard of that balance or this and that. Yeah, it's from about 1.5 years ago. It's from 6 months ago, whatever. I show that you owe $1,000 in invoice 1234. Oh, interesting. I don't show that that was ever delivered or that the work was ever conducted. Oh, well, I mean, if you'd like, I'd be more than happy to send, you any sort of documentation that you would need. All right, yeah, sure. Why don't you send them my way? Of course, maybe some of them will answer and end up paying from that. Most of them, if they've taken that long, aren't going to. Step 3, the second follow-up, kind of come in with that same friendly attitude, but a little bit harder if you're the boss, but you can still play the same game. Basically play the, hey, I've got somebody breathing down my neck. Like, listen, I know that this is an old balance. You may not have even been the person that was here when this happened, or I understand things get lost and, you may not have the records on your end. I'd be happy to send forward any, this information again. I just got my boss breathing down my neck. Can you give me an update on payment status? Like, we really have to collect on this ASAP. A lot of the time, that kind of works. I realize I'm speaking just in very general terms. I found great success doing that because now you've basically created almost a friendship, and that person's going to want to help you as much as maybe they want to pay the balance or don't want to pay the balance. If you're dealing with an owner, A little bit more difficult, but if you're dealing with like an accounts payable person, they usually do have more say than you think in getting bills paid. I know that because I've been in AP, and I know that because I've had AP clients. And if they come to me and say, hey, we really should pay this person, whether or not we had money, if they say, hey, we really should pay this person, or, they're really hounding me, can we just get this taken care of? They provided all the docs. As a CFO or as the manager or as an owner, you're much more inclined to say, all right, yeah, just pay that one off. So if you can get the AP person to be friendly with you and get them on your side, man, you open up a crazy, opportunity to really build from there. Step 4, if the friendly aspect isn't really working, I would really build it to, okay, hey, I've called a few times, I've sent over everything. Is there anything else you need, or what are the discrepancies that are holding this up? And most of the time, they'll give you some bullshit answer if they give you an answer that isn't, oh, well, we're just not paying it, or we don't have the money. But at least you're getting somewhere. So if they answer, hey, we don't have the money, oh, do you mind if I ask, what's going on? Like, can we work out a payment plan? Or if they say, hey, we're just not paying it. Oh, well, why aren't you paying it? Oh, well, the product was bad. Oh, well, could you send me pictures of that product being bad? Or can you tell me what was wrong with it that you don't want to pay it? And if they give you an explanation there, you can then pass that along to who needs to go to, because realistically speaking, it might be a manufacturing problem, it might be a floor problem, and you can kind of pass that off, but at least you're getting somewhere. And the other answer, hey, we're just not paying it. Okay, cool. Now you don't got to waste time on it anymore. Now just send it off to collections, write it off on your books, and just call it a day. But at least you've gotten an answer. So I'll just leave it at that kind of 4 steps. You can prolong those and be friendly for 2 calls, but basically that's how I've operated, and I would say became a collections guru. I made sure I had all my ducks in a row, super friendly, moderately friendly, straight up, and then resolution time, which once again, either sending them to collections and writing it off, at least you have an answer, or hey, it was a problem with the products, and at least you now have that. It's no longer accounting's problem. You can push that off to the, account managers and this and that, and have them work out the discrepancies there. But at least you're getting stuff off the books and you're getting it moving. Relating back to the beginning of the story, what was the outcome of that first opportunity? So I took on, and obviously there was much more recent debt that I handled as well, or outstanding receivables. But that first job, that was about $65,000, just to go in the middle of the 60 to 70 estimate. I collected roughly 75 to 80% of that $65,000 outstanding balance for a $500,000 business within the first 2 months, and all of the receivables themselves were literally about two plus years old. So I'm not just, I didn't just Google how to do collections and create this video. I am an absolute collections guru, and that was the first example that set the stage for me running that through the rest of my career and up to today. So I hope this was valuable. If you have any other accounting topics you would like to see me discuss, please let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.